Well, we're nearing the end of August, and so I'd like to just show you a few things that I have had growing in the garden. This is the river garden. I planted these green beans in, I think it was the end of May. They're called Greasy green beans, and we like these in the South. This is a green bean that you can actually let it mature to the stage of shelling it, and then it would be a nice big plump white bean on the inside. But a lot of times here in the South we don't let them get to that point because the pod is so delicious too. So if you harvest these at the right time, which means it's plump, it's not under mature, it's very easy to take the string out of the green bean. This bean has a very thick string in it, so you must take the string out in order to enjoy eating it, okay? So it's a kind of a tedious little bean to trim and prepare, but we love it, so I sure do like growing these. This is called a pink tip variety. When it over matures to the shelling stage, the tip is pink. And so that's what I like to grow. So the last time I visited, it looked like I had a really bad Mexican bean beetle infestation. And I knew from my experience last year that I needed to go ahead and get the plant out and harvest my beans, because once the beetles are done with the leaves, well, then they start to eat on the beans, and I didn't want that to happen. So I went ahead and harvested everything from both gardens, my square foot garden and the garden in the back by the river, and I guess I ended up with at least 10 pounds. I also went ahead and harvested all of my jade bush beans. I've been harvesting those every week, and they're just lovely. So I went ahead and trimmed my greasy green beans. I washed them up good, and that took a little while, but I went ahead and cooked a pot of them, and then I also blanched some for Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I showed you how to freeze green beans a couple of years ago. I'll leave a link to that video if you missed it. Now, my zucchini plants have been doing great this year. I usually end up having a little squash beetle infestation on there as well, but not this year. My Romanesco zucchinis look beautiful. And then here are the lady cow peas. This is a little crowder pea. It's a real tiny pea. And so they are drying nicely now, and I've been harvesting these, and once I get them all harvested, I'll shell them. The zinnias are just beautiful. They're blooming all through the gardens. And then behind it, I also have my sunflower, which is blooming. That's the Russian mammoth sunflower. I harvested one of those last year for you. I'll leave a link to that video too in case you missed it. Now, this is the Country Gentleman shoe peg corn. It's a little white corn. You guys know I've been growing this for a while, and it has a little purple silk on it. It's just beautiful. That was middle of August, and now here it is. Something has totally devoured all of my corn. I think it must have been a raccoon, something nocturnal for sure. So no corn this year. And this is the Spanish mammoth pepper. It's huge. And so I already harvested that and ate it. And then I also have a lot of other peppers. Now I've been making some stuffed peppers with those, and I'll help to show you that recipe here soon. This is a little personal watermelon. It's called, it's a Thai watermelon. I'll leave the name for you here. And then this little plant, this is the Jersey Devil. You saw me harvest some of these for my tomato sauce video. I'll leave a link for that in case you missed it. But I just love this tomato. I will be growing it again. The meat on these tomatoes are just so rich and fleshy. It's just beautiful. I made a couple of pans of moussaka with that. That was great. And that little tomato plant has just been putting out so many tomatoes. It's just been really good this year. I've been harvesting a lot of basil. I've actually been blanching and freezing my large leaf basil. They are just huge leaves, and they'll freeze beautifully for different uses in the winter. And this is the Indigo Rose tomato. Now, I have been waiting on this to turn red all summer. It was very late to turn red, but they are beautiful, beautiful little tomato. And then, of course, the Cherokee Purple, everyone's favorite, I think. We love our Cherokee Purples. And since I don't live here, I wasn't able to really stay on top of the tomatoes. It looks like I had some kind of worms get in some of the fruit. There is a lot of cracking because I haven't been here to harvest either. So, but I've been enjoying some of them. And then I showed you my pepper harvest. That was early August. I need to harvest again already. I have a lot that I need to harvest, but I'll leave a little link to that video in case you missed it. And then here are some more zinnias with the thyme in the background. The sage and oregano are doing great. This is the little sun sugar cherry tomato. It's beautiful and sweet. This is another, I think this is a Better Boy hybrid, and it's already hit a little bit of a blight there. And then a little Cuban pepper. That'll be my first time growing the Cuban bell. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please head down there and give me a big like. Also, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to head on over to my channel where you can check out my playlist. And over there I have a lot of different ways that you can use the vegetables that are coming out of your garden in different recipes in your kitchen. So thanks so much for watching, and y'all have a beautiful day.